The Fir Tree, a fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen. Deep in the woods lived a little fir tree, and though planted in the most beautiful spot with fresh air and sunlight, he was deeply unhappy. He was mortified when the rabbits jumped right over him. When he grew big enough that they were obliged to go around the tree, he was sad that the autumn woodcutters cut only the tallest trees to make into ships to cross the sea. When the young trees were cut for Christmas, he also wished to visit the city and be decorated. "Rejoice in thy youth," said the sunbeam, and the wind kissed the tree, and the dew shed its tears upon it. But the fir tree was still unhappy. The following Christmas, the fir tree was the first to fall. It was so painful that the tree forgot his wishes. He only knew sorrow at leaving home with its friendly birds and its fellow trees. His spirits did lift while he was decorated with sweets wrapped in bright-colored paper, white candles, and presents placed under his greenery. "At last I will know happiness when I am bright with candlelight," he thought. The little tree trembled with joy that evening when the candles were at last lit. But one candle fell among the green leaves, and oh, how it burned! The fire was quickly extinguished, but the tree held still in fear of fire after that. And then a troop of children swept in. The little ones stood in awe of the tree for a moment, until they all rushed at once with a fearful force to eat sweet treats hung on it. "A story, a story!" cried the children. Then an old fat man told the story of Humpty Dumpty, how he fell downstairs, was raised up again, and married a princess. The fir tree thought, "Who knows, perhaps I may fall down, too, and marry a princess." Then he looked joyfully forward to the next day. "Tomorrow I will not tremble. I will enjoy my splendor, and perhaps I'll hear another story." But the servants dragged him upstairs to a dark corner in the attic in the morning. Days and nights passed. "I wish I was not so alone. It was pleasant out in the forest when rabbits ran by and even jumped over me, though I did not like it then." Then one lonely day in the attic, a group of mice approached the tree. "Can you tell us about the world outside?" And then the tree told the little mice about its youth, Christmas Eve, and the story of Humpty Dumpty. After listening attentively, they said, "What many things you have seen! You must have been very happy." As the fir tree remembered, he thought, "Those were happy days, but they may come again." One morning, the tree was pulled out of the attic and dragged out to the yard just in time to see the smell the spring roses and the blossoming of the linden tree. Seeing all the fresh, bright flowers in the garden and only his dried-out ugliness, the tree wished to be back in the attic. It thought of its fresh youth in the forest, the merry Christmas evening, and the little mice who had listened to the story of Humpty Dumpty. "Past, past," said the old tree. "Oh, had I but enjoyed myself when I could have." Then he was chopped into pieces and put in the fire. With each crackle and pop, the tree thought of summer days in the forest, Christmas Eve, Humpty Dumpty, till it was finally consumed. The tree's life was over, and our story too, which reminds us to find happiness in the present and not be consumed by future hopes and dreams, whether realistic or not.